Welcome to HEPA, Healthcare Equipment Purchase Assistant. Today we will be discussing blood gas analyzers, the technical specifications and conditions to be taken into consideration while purchasing of a blood gas analyzer. What is a blood gas analyzer? Blood gas analyzer is a blood test analysis that gives you the blood gas tension values as well as blood pH, bicarb and base excess. Now these values reflect the arterial blood value conditions. That's why the arterial or venous, depending on the blood type, these are known as arterial blood gases or venous blood gases depending on the sample from which it has been drawn. These blood gas tension levels of the provide you the levels of partial pressures that can be used as an important indicator of ventilation, respiration, and oxygenation of the patient. The impaired oxygenation is highly visible in these blood gas tests. The analysis, the ABG or the VBG analysis gives you the insights into etiology of acidosis in the patients. Purpose. What is the main purpose of blood gas analyzer? Blood gas analyzer helps in diagnosis of various types of acidosis and alkalosis. It helps you also determine whether the acidosis is lactic, metabolic, respiratory or diabetic. Diabetic ketoacidosis and also respiratory alkalosis can be detected. In new infants, if you see hypoxic babies, hypoxic ischemia event also can be detected. During abnormal results of a blood gas may be due to wide range of diseases, including poisoning, trauma, as well as to the lung and kidney or metabolic diseases. Injury to head and neck or other injuries that affect breathing can also lead to abnormal results. While purchasing a blood gas analyzer, certain parameters and conditions are really important. One of them is turnaround time. For any other blood analysis, uh, the time of testing and the time of drawing blood might not be of very importance, of large importance. But when it comes to ABG, since breathing is a dynamic process, the blood and gases change every moment you take a new breath. So within 15 minutes, the analyzation of the blood gases is valid only up to 15 minutes the drawing of the blood. But after 15 minutes, the blood gases of the patient themselves change. That's why the validity of this test is only 15 minutes post the phlebotomy. That's why turnaround time and placement of the analyzer in your hospital are very important parameters when it comes to performing this test. Second most important condition is the workload. The number of tests performed per day or per month are important to be taken into consideration when you are planning to go for a blood gas analyzer. Now, the workload, that is the number of tests, helps you determine the cost that will come per test. If you have a heavier workload, you will have a lower cost per test. But if you have a lower workload, the cost per test will be on the higher side. But the final decision should be completely made depending on the utility and the need of the specialty of the institute or the healthcare institute or the hospital. The technical specifications that needs to be considered during purchase of a medical equipment, specifically to a blood gas analyzer, are these. First is whether it's a single cartridge system or a multi-cartridge system, a benchtop analyzer or a point-of-care analyzer, a reagents apart from the cartridge or the running costs that will be needed to run the machine. Fourth, operating conditions. Do you have the apt operating conditions necessary? What is the cost per test? These are the major 5 technical specifications that are taken into consideration while purchasing a blood gas analyzer. We will be further discussing each and every technical specification in detail. Cartridges. Cartridge can be defined as a consumable strip or a module used for performing a test. When I say single cartridge system or a multi cartridge system, a single cartridge system is a single test on a single strip. also known as cartridge. A single strip that can help you do a test. A single test is a single cartridge. When it comes to multi-cartridge system, these are huge modules which have multiple tests of multiple of hundreds or fifties on a single platform or a single module which is inserted inside the machine. So it's a single module which has multiple tests on it. Depending on the need of the hour, single cartridge systems or multi-cartridge systems are chosen. Heavier workloads go for the multi-cartridge system, while the lower workloads go for the single cartridge system. Single cartridge system are also chosen on the advantage of having multiple tests on a single platform. Not only blood gas but also other parameters which are critical for the critical care units like ICUs and NICUs, etc. Types of analyzers. Now, due to the need, because of the need of shorter turnaround time, two different types of blood gas analyzers are available in the market: point of care analyzer and benchtop analyzer. Now, point of care is a concept that is known as patient bedside testing, and patient bedside testing has risen because of the need of earlier faster decision making of the doctors. So the faster the patient test is done, the faster the results are provided, the faster decision making, and the faster the patient is weaned off the ventilators in the critical care department. When it comes to benchtop analyzers are the regular lab analyzers which are present in the lab. These are bigger analyzers when it comes to the size and weight, and but also are equally accurate as point of care testing. Both the analyzers are equally accurate compared, but the testing methods and the technologies are different. Point of care analyzers are fast, reliable, as well as accurate, but the biggest advantage is of the portable nature. When it comes to benchtop, these are sturdy, reliable, accurate, but are not portable. This is the only disadvantage of a benchtop analyzer. Now, the running cost. It is always important to see the capital cost as well as the running cost of the machine. There are three major running costs that you need to question the salesperson when you are considering purchase of a medical equipment. One is the reagent cost. May all the major analyzers have different consumables which are proprietary to each of the technology. So the cost of the consumable products is needed to be performed is to be taken into consideration. When it comes to calibration, every product needs to be calibrated. So depending on the nature of the product, calibration fluids or different types of calibrations are available on the market in the market. So depending on that, what is the additional cost and additional purchased consumables to be purchased for calibration are taken into consideration. Calibration helps us to be sure that the machine is in perfectly good condition to provide accurate results. That's the reason it has to be performed on regular basis. Failure cost. Now, since whenever the new equipment is installed, there is a very high chance because of failure due to incorrect handling techniques or incorrect performing techniques. So it's important that initially this cost is taken into picture of the failure of cartridges because it can incur during the training phase of the user. Operating conditions. All these analyzers for highest accuracy need temperatures less than 30 degrees Celsius. This is a mandatory condition because the analyzers for them to perform and give you the most accurate results need correct temperatures. So mostly the ICUs, NICUs, cardiac OTs, wherever these instruments are used, have temperatures less than 30 degrees. But during summers, this can be a little problem if you do not have an air conditioned ward. Cost per test. Now, what is the cost per test? Whenever you purchase a medical equipment, a diagnostic test, cost per test is something that is used per test cost incurred to the hospital. Now, how is it calculated? It is calculated by summation of the cost of all the reagents divided by the number of tests that can be performed in a single set of reagents. When you compare When you compare a single cartridge system and a multi-cartridge system, single cartridge system, the cost of the single cartridge will be the cost per test. When it comes to multi-cartridge system, the cost of the module or the optional or additional calibrant fluid, total cost of that depending on the divided by the number of tests that the entire module can perform will give you the cost of the single test. So the cost per test is a parameter they taken into consideration after the technical superiority is determined. Products that are available in the market. Many multinational companies are providing great healthcare products. Abbott, Radiometer, Instrumentation Laboratory, Siemens, and many Indian manufactured analyzers are also available in the market. Depending on your utility, your need, as well as your finance priority, these products are chosen. The most important criteria to be kept in mind is the service availability. You see to it that you have the great service in your area and vicinity. For any other doubts, any more questions, please write to me on my email ID of Sushma Patel. I am a biomedical engineer from HEPA, Healthcare Equipment Purchase Assistant. I hope this video is helpful to you. Kindly like and subscribe my video and kindly forward it to all your friends who this might be helpful to. Thank you.